I'm trying to dig myself out of the hole, but like I just...
And keeps making it bigger.
Nikaira, welcome!
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining
Yes,
us
but
today.
really though, like like Katie said, thanks for joining us, because like I've known you for a couple of years now, I would say, and we don't see each other that much, but when you do, it's always good vibes.
Yeah.
So, like I'll admit to that.
Yeah.
And the first time we recorded, but now it was while we're not recording this. So yeah, it was 2021, give or take.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, that was a good conversation. It was one of those conversations that, like, you know what, this sounds like a good idea. It was one of those ones because you were an interesting spirit.
Yeah,
or
same
person,
for you.
yeah.
Like, dude, that same day, we spoke in the car for like an hour afterwards.
Oh yeah, yeah. The conversation just continued. Yeah,
That's so lovely. So how did you two meet?
basically what I just said. Like, me.
Oh, right. Was that...
right. Yeah, that's how we met. Yeah,
So you do a lot of introductions, like, in a podcast form?
No, honest, like for real.
Oh, that's
for real.
nice.
But I feel like today's my favorite. I like the room. the vibe is lit.
Immaculate.
Immaculation.
Immaculation. That's what we're going with now.
Yeah, that's funny word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I notice that all the time.
Oh, thank you.
Now explain yourself. What is it?
No, because so obviously I wrote my name and then I wrote a reflection of you in brackets. But then I feel like flowers are like our greatest reflection because in life we're like blooming. Like, do you know what I mean? We're not trying to force things, we're just slowly coming there. Do you know what I mean?
Stunning.
And they go through a
Can I
cycle as
admit
well.
something now, because you just said that?
Yeah.
I just did a brief little stalking of you.
Oh.
And I finished with that section.
No, I don't.
And I saw one of your YouTube videos, and you said that you do flower readings.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
You come
She's
like-
crazy.
She did her homework. That's my co-host. Yeah.
So, flower reading.
Yeah, flower reading. So, oh gosh, how do you even break down something like that? Like, for example, I know some people that can even do water readings. Like, for example, you can take a sip of that water and then someone will be able to look into it and see into you
Based on the vibrations of it.
based on the vibrations of it.
Because you're all energy.
Exactly.
So energy transfers, it doesn't die. Stop looking at my waters. Damn it.
Have you ever heard of like tea ceremonies?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and then they do. So obviously we have like tea bags right now, but then normally you'd have like tea with the herbs at the bottom of the pot, and then someone will be able to read the herbs and then see into you. Like, do you know what I mean? And for myself, it's kind of like, even when I was sat in here before, I was thinking, oh, this person's got good energy because these plants are just vibing right now.
But don't look in that corner. The dead flowers in that pot. I was like, don't look over there.
There's
Like,
always that one that just like goes against the grain. Like, why? Like,
she's dying, but
No, literally. So like, I've been doing flower readings for a minute, and it's just one of them. Like, it's not something that you do. It just came into my life, and I was just like, I know this.
Wow.
And then I just put a label on it, just flower readings. I've never heard it before, but I just put a label on it. And then I started doing them for people. And the level of accuracy is kind of scary. Because I had 2 Americans email me for a reading. And so these are my 2 favorite readings that I've done so far. One was for bamboo. And bamboo is a very so obviously we know bamboo for its properties. It's very versatile. Like, you can eat bamboo, you can build a house with bamboo, you can build a boat with bamboo.
yeah.
And also as well, bamboo is very dependable. But then the etymology of like bamboo's name is actually mambu. And then for me, because I'm into etymology, I hear mam, like mum kind of energy.
Mother.
So then this person was going through a time in their life where they needed support. And it's like, it's crazy that this
They need a
person
mother.
wanted bamboo in their life and then also support. So I was just able to see what I see from that plant and
connection.
then just connect it back to that person to help them see themselves more. And that's what I've done for a lot of people now, and it's been sick.
wow.
Yeah.
What's the process then? Does someone come to you with with an idea of a plant in mind, or like how does it work? Or are you pointing them in a direction of like, I'm getting this kind of vibe from you?
Literally around the time that I was doing it, I think it was like 2 years ago now. So that's why I was just like shocked, because you were like, have you seen those videos of like Nardwar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was like a Nardwar. I was like, oh my days.
That's a hero. That's a hero.
Nikaira, we have to go.
Honestly, but like, so that's when the time that I was doing it. But basically, I was just like, yeah, I feel like I can do this. Like, again, it doesn't come from anywhere. I just felt like something I could do. And then I said energy exchange is £4.44, not just because I need the money, but just because I want to try doing it. And obviously something does need to be exchanged. And then I was just like, just tell me what your favourite flower is and tell me your name and don't tell me anything else. And then literally it's like the flower just opens up to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I'm just able just to email, and like they're not just little emails as well. Like, you need your mum.
There you go, John.
It's like pages and pages just like flow
Yeah, it's
through
whatever
literally
energy you get from just
like a
looking
really,
at
like,
it, opening around it, thinking
chunky
about it.
emails, yeah.
I don't think you're going to skip past that price tag of £4.44 as well, by the way. 444,
Yeah.
come on, angel numbers. Okay, we see you.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Not the right day of the week. So,
Time traveler. That's all I have to say.
do you know what I mean? Like today we're recording and I was like,
It is what it is.
It really is. No.
Yeah.
I've got the time down to the seconds, but the date.
Nah, for real.
Like, well, you know, none of my clocks are right. Like,
That's
none,
true.
None of my clocks are right because I don't. Yeah, just roundabout figures. That's fine.
I feel like
The
it's like
spirits.
balancing. Sorry to cut you, but like balancing the artist with like the reality. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, especially with myself, I was like, you know, that frustration that I was talking about in December, like feeling like, oh, I want to produce, but I just know it's not time to produce anything.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I have to respect my inner artist. But then obviously, like, you try and compare yourself with the world. So it's just like, I've got these 12 months to make a change. And it's just
No.
I tapped into like, there's such a bigger, greater inner clock happening. So it's just like, even if it doesn't seem like what I expect or want or like, do you know what I mean? Like, I know there's something greater, so I'm not going to adhere myself to that 12-month. Like, even myself, like, I follow the International Fixed Calendar. Yeah.
What's that?
There's 13 months in a year, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, in between June and July, there's actually Sol, like the month of the sun. So then I follow that instead, and for me, that just resonates so much more.
Do you?
Like, do you know what I mean? But there's so many more different types of calendars.
Yeah,
like I know
yeah.
some people that follow Ethiopian, some people follow the sidereal calendar, which is native to ancient Kemet. Some people follow the Mayan calendar still. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, just do what you do.
Yeah,
like,
what works for you.
honest, because even I've had a crazy weekend.
Oh, shoot.
On Sunday night, I was just wandering through, just flowing and just having a vibe. And then I ended up at like this little street party with like these Angolan dancers, like doing like this, it's like an Angolan bachata. I forgot what the actual name is for it. But then I was talking with them and this person was talking about how they're struggling to wrap their heads around like how relationships are currently like in the world and trying to kind of fit themselves into the image of the world. And I feel like a lucky thing about me being like naturally taller and naturally like a misfit since I was a young girl is like not that I've never tried to fit in. I tried it and it never worked. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do
I'm just gonna do it.
not gonna do that.
No,
So
but
like,
I hear that.
yeah, so then I've developed my own rhythm. So I was just saying to this person about relationships, it's just like, don't listen to what the world has to say about relationships. Like, do you like ask yourself what you want, and then you'll find it. Like, you'll actually.
Your spirit's gonna tell you.
Yeah,
Like,
it's gonna happen for you. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you talking
You'll find
romantic
your own
relationships?
rhythm.
Are you talking any relationships?
Every type of relationship, friendship, but like romantic relationships.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
this person was talking about romantic relationships.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Nah, don't worry. I feel like for myself, even like with remembering things, it's like events. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like cycles.
Oh, cycles.
Go on.
So like, for example, like a month can go by, but I could have like 3 cycles in that 1 month. And then I feel like I grow in cycles. So people experience like cycles in different waves. So like, for example, the most common cycle is like a 7-year cycle. Or like, have you heard of like Saturn return?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a Saturn return, people have that kind of cycle as well. So that's like a 28, 29-year cycle. But for myself, like I experience like 7-day cycles, 3-day cycles. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's like loads of transformation. And then I go through my phone and I was like, rah, like, are you sure that was 10 days ago? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like whoever that is on the phone, I don't feel like that.
I'm
person.
very
You know
detached
what I
from
mean?
that perspective.
My one thing is that I don't ever want to feel like time is flying. I don't like that thing where it's like, oh, that happened then. Whoa. Like, where did the time go? It might, like, and because I write a lot about, like, at the end of the day, not every day, but most days, it was just these pages and pages of just word from it. I feel like I have managed to slow down time, genuinely.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't remember the month. Like, I cannot remember what happened in the month. But like you're saying, with these, like, miniature cycles, I feel like because of that, I have complete detachment, and it's really not useful at work. That's one place where not knowing the months and not remembering what month something is happening doesn't work. But for every other element of my life, not remembering the month but remembering like these certain moments or these certain events is it slows down how quickly you think things are happening. Because
Absolutely.
forget this 12-month block.
Yeah.
It's just fluid.
Yes.
So it's like that we had New Year, and then it was like, oh yeah, because we were at yours, and there was a cheese board, but it wasn't like this. Okay, and the new year begins. It didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
It just feels like
100%.
another, like just.
Yeah, because it's part of the previous.
flowing.
Yeah.
And it's not even cyclical. It's not even a circle. It's just like
Existence. Yeah. Come
Okay.
see. Yeah. Same.
and like like that would be amazing. It's like ding, and somehow certain things just happen, which money could not.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's,
Money could not
Exactly.
buy. So
Exactly.
I don't know if that's an answer to the question,
Yeah,
but
then this is what I'm saying about money being a spiritual thing, because it's just like money is only a capsule or a record of like the energy that you've actually exchanged with the world. So then it keeps tabs on you basically, and so like it's an extension tool between yourself and the world and the reality that you're creating. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a paintbrush, helps you to paint better or experience better or get a little bit more detail in. Like, do you know what I mean? It makes things more vivid. Yeah, especially depending on like how you spend it. Like, it makes things more vivid. But the reason why I say it's also spiritual as well is because. Oh, you were just I hate when this happens. Because you were just talking about kind of like finding that balance between having the money coming in and feeling abundant, and then also as well making sure to be on top of it and strategic and how to protect it. And it's just like, it's very, very similar with spiritual awareness of the self. It's just like, you have all of this abundant energy within you have this light, and how are you going to have it in the world? And then we've all had our fair share of experiences with energy vampires, people that want to be up in your space and just like, you know what I mean? And then like, you have life at you. Life is at you, like, you know what I mean? But the thing is, it's not a bad thing as well. I have a YouTube video where I talk about something being against something. Like, you know what I mean? So, for example, the table is against the cup and it holds it up onto the table. So it's like the table is against the cup, but it holds it up. So it's like it's good to have things against you. Like, it's
perspective.
it's like healthy competition kind of thing. And it yeah.
Sorry, just give me
I see you sucking it, and I'm just like, I see you. But yeah, like, so it's like a healthy kind of competition, because that way you learn how to. I use the word refinement. That's the word that's coming through. It's just like you refine yourself. You see yourself in the kind of things, like by saying no to the energy vampire, you're confirming the reality that you want for yourself. By like having this abundant money and just being like, you know what, I want it to reflect like this today, or manifest like this today. I want to feel like this today. Like, you know what I mean? Just use it as yourself. Like, and we're only just learning how to do that. Again, the whole blooming thing. Yeah.
because that can be wildly misconstrued as, you know, you say, I want to feel like this today and I want to do this today. It's like, well, spend it then. Go buy yourself some clothes. You want some new hard bottom shoes. Like, you can start spending this in a way which is like a costume for yourself. So it's like, I want to buy all these things to have around me, but the inside is still hollow. But like, look at all my things. You know what I mean? Like, look what the inside of my house looks like. Look at this and look at that. And I feel like it's a really fine line, and that's where money just feels really, really weird. Because on one hand, buying those things gives you this like moment of like, oh shit, this is great, amazing. And then on the other hand, it's like, did you need to do any of that? But then it's like, I wanted to, so I did it.
Yeah.
And it's chaos with money. I don't like it.
What, you don't like the chaos, or you don't like the money?
Can I?
I don't know. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
What's your relationship with water?
Water? Is in drinking water?
Just water in general. Like, when I say the word water, like, what do you think of?
Baths?
Okay, how do you feel in the bath?
Gorgeous.
If I can ask, gorgeous. Yeah.
Bloody gorgeous, yeah.
So
How do I smell?
What are you trying to say? I know I've been everywhere, but like...
on certain days, I don't drink enough water, though. But I love a bath.
Okay.
I could be asked to run a bath. But yeah, certain days I don't drink enough water. Certain days I drink, like, I'm hyper aware of water intake. All over the place. Chaos.
So hyper aware of water intake.
But on some days, like, it's like, I have not drank anything today.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel it physically.
Yeah.
Like oof, no, water's missing.
I think it's crazy that you say that, because I associate money with water.
Interesting.
So that's what I was saying. And then you said that you have a hyper awareness, and then you say chaos with water. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of like ties in, and I kind of like, you know what I mean? Like,
where does that come from with water and money being
currency? currency.
Currency.
Yeah, and then the
Splash.
So and then a bank.
You are saying some earth-shattering shit. You're over here like, splash.